Now, listen, you guys, Billboard once again is coming through with some clownery, okay? All of a sudden, they are coming up with these lists that I'm like, what is the motivation behind this? And are you trying to rebrand? Because lately, Billboard has been doing less stats and more of opinions. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about this entire situation with Karisha speaking up as it pertains to the rumors that she is dating Stephon Diggs. And at the same time, Drake and Nicki Minaj are still reigning supreme in as far as charting is concerned. And we're also going to be talking about Chrishan as, alleged ex, or I don't want to say baby daddy because it's just not confirmed, speaking up about the entire situation. And Akademiks responded to Charlemagne. You guys do know that Charlemagne gave Drake Donkey of the Day and seemingly shaded, Akademiks. And Akademiks did respond to Charlemagne, but the energy was absolutely different. We're going to be discussing about that as well. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about, academic. No, let's start with the list, okay? Now, Billboard yesterday decided to release a list of 2024 top 10 hottest, okay? According to them, they said hot. Now, I don't know what hot means because nothing on this list makes any sense. So they said it's the staff, okay? So it is the Billboard staff that is making these rankings and the rankings of the top 10 hottest female rappers of 2024. Now, first of all, Billboard lately has been doing a lot of lists based on other things but stats. And I mean, I thought all they did, or their main thing was based off of success. If we're going to talk about endorsements, if we're going to talk about money, if we're going to talk about tours, if we're going to talk about music, we will be talking sales and overall how the charts are looking like. But lately, they don't care about the charts anymore. They now care about their workers' opinions. Okay, their workers, but for the record, are people just like us who have opinions and stuff like that. So for me, honestly, the level of objectivity that we previously expected from Billboard is clearly not the same level of objectivity that they have decided to give us this 2024. Because if it is your worker, if it is your staff who's saying this, it's not stats based. So at this point, you might as well just join us in the blogging world because it's your opinions. And yeah, so Billboard at this point, I don't know, you guys. But anyway, this is what the list is looking like. Sitting at number 1, we have Cousin Sloth. Sitting at number 2, we have Bongo 2. Sitting at number 3, we have Nicki Minaj at 4. Miss Red 5, Lottery Ticket at 6. We have Dolce, 7 Doja Cat, and JT Rhapsody. And the Transformer sitting at number 10. Now, this is me as a bub. We're going to be objective about this entire situation. I do know that this is still an opinion, but your opinion can be a little bit objective, okay? So let us look at the person that is sitting at number 1. That is Cousin Sloth. I don't have so much negativity as it pertains to her having that spot. She can have the moment if they're talking about her, getting some moments and charting this year. I'm not mad at that, okay? I'm not mad at that for the momentum. I mean, she did her thing. And so on that spot, you guys, yeah, I'm not really mad as it pertains to that. Number 2, however, Bongo 2. What is this? Because every other criteria that you may think when it comes to Bongo 2, she has not fulfilled. So now I want to understand what criteria did they use to rank Bongo 2 above Nicki Minaj? This is absurdity in its truest form. I could take Nicki Minaj sitting at number 1 and Cousin Sloth number 2. I could also take Cousin Sloth sitting at number 1 and Nicki Minaj sitting at number 2. But still, even that, you guys, even that, I'm still like, what do you mean? With the way that Nicki carried 2024, with the highest grossing female rap tour of all time, with Gag City, with everything that went down, these guys are saying that Khloe and Megan are hotter than Nicki Minaj. Like, define hot. Maybe that's where we're getting this entire confusion. What do you mean hot? What are you talking about? At this point, this is absolutely laughable. If we're going to be fair, I feel like Miss Red even had a better year than Bongo 2, in my own opinion, because listen, people are checking more for Miss Red and Cousin Slot's music before they check for for Bongo 2's music. So this is absurdity in its truest form. Lottery Ticket is sitting at number 5. I mean, I would put Doja Cat on Lottery is fine at number 5, but I would then maybe put JT after that. But then there's Dochi, you guys. And oh my God. So I would think that number 1 and 2 could be Cousin Sloth and Nicki Minaj. I will accept both, Cousin Sloth or Nicki Minaj leading everything. But number 1 and number 2 definitely has to be taken by Nicki Minaj. At number 3, I would put Miss Red. At number 4, I would probably put Dochi, because Dochi, the last half of the year, has really been pushed down our throats. And I mean, at this point, we've got no option but to swallow the swamp. Swallow the alligator. So we'll put Dochi there, and we'll also put then Doja Cat, JT, Rhapsody, the Transformer. I don't care for her. I mean, she hasn't been putting out work, and I mean, it's expected that she would, if she were to make the list, she would make it at number 10. Okay, so I'm not mad at that. But number 1, the top 5, yeah, it really needs to be redone, in my own opinion. But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. The funny thing is, Billboard is coming up with the hottest list, hottest this, and when you actually pay attention, it's only the female rappers that they go around doing this to. I previously did a video where Nicki Minaj was leading the Forbes ranking for the top 50 greatest rappers of all time. She was the first woman, and she was the only woman in the top 10. And I guess to counter that article, Billboard decided to come in playing on her top. And at this point, I feel like some of these things they actually do for engagement, because some of this things don't make any sense. And lately, Billboard has really been sucking the D's of fraudulent nation artists. I mean, they were doing it with Rihanna. Rihanna at least is talented, but some of the things that they are doing, I'm just like, okay, at this point, come and just rebrand yourself as a T-page, because that is what you're becoming. But lo and behold, I guess who's saying this list is very accurate? It is none other than Amon Wiggins. Okay, celebrating. Okay, he's all over the place saying that the list is accurate, and I'm just like, the clownery that this guy has keeps on giving. Okay, we all know that since you had that entire interaction with Nicki Minaj, you felt a certain way, and now you're baked to your hating ways. Bye. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Drake and Nicki Minaj. Well, whilst everybody is out there still trying to say that, well, they fell off and stuff like that, it seems like when it comes to actually is fan support, they are still leading the pack, you guys. Because tell me, after everything that the industry has done, after all the effort to take them out, they are still the leading, male and female rappers of 2024 in as far as streaming and sales are concerned. So yeah, congratulations to Drake and Nicki Minaj for that. Forever, they will reign, in my own opinion. I mean, they've built such huge legacies that it's going to take more than just industry propaganda to erase them from history. Good luck to Fraudulent Nation for that, and I hope they don't go broke like Pacific, in the process of trying to get rid of Young Money. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Karisha. Now, you guys know that, well, rumor came out that Karisha was seeing the Transformers alleged side dude, Stephon Diggs. It seems like she is not having it. She decided to debunk all of that. She said, I can't fall in love with no edge. And she said also young, rich, outside, and single. And I didn't expect any other reaction. I mean, everybody in the comment section when that rumor came out was like, well, why would Karisha be playing with that man? He's a well-known edge in the streets. Like, he literally behaves like an animal. And so people were like, oh my God, Karisha has a thing for men who do not have any regard for their bodies, I guess. So yeah, she's debunking all of that. Do you believe, you guys, that nothing is going on between Karisha and this man Stephon? Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Tokyo Tony going in on Khloe Kardashian. Now, when I saw this brewing, I knew that Tokyo was going to come out and say something. So during Thanksgiving, Tokyo Tony was out there giving out, feeding the homeless. You know that if there's one thing Tokyo does not play around about, it's about feeding the homeless and stuff like that. I mean, she even has kids in Uganda. You know, some of their names are ashwagandha. Who knows that video? Yes, she's always been doing stuff like this. So somebody came to Khloe's comment section and said, well, instead of spending time with your family, why are you not out here, feeding the homeless? I mean, Tokyo Tony is out there giving back to the community. And this was one of the thousands and thousands of comments that Khloe Kardashian gets. And Khloe decided to respond to that particular comment, insinuating that, well, it's wrong for people to film people when they do, good, to the community, when they give back and stuff like that. Basically talking down on what Tokyo was doing, which I thought like was very uncalled for. That was very insane in my own opinion. And of course, people started bringing up the fact that, well, back in the day on their show, she did bring a homeless man who they were, feeding and bathing and stuff like that, actually on a reality TV show. So people felt like that was pretty hypocritical coming from her. And I was just waiting for the moment Tokyo Tony would see this and would respond, because I knew that definitely she will be coming. And yeah, I was right. Tokyo is back, clapping back at Khloe Kardashian, calling her out and stuff like that. And I'm just going to insert the Tokyo reads. Of course, I will be blurring up, some parts, because, it's Tokyo that we're talking about. Best believe that every other 2 seconds is going to be cussing, this and that and that. So let me insert that, you guys, and let me know what you think about that.
A food drive, or I'm snitching on your ass. Bitch. Do a food drive. Let me see you whip up some macaroni and cheese. Oh, that's a surname, ma'am. Whip up a little rice and some green medley with it. That'd be nice. Mm-hmm. Some fried chicken or baked. You can put your apron on. You can be pink. You can put a Versace hair bow on and everything. Get outside and do something, sis. I'm gonna save you this time. I'm gonna break you. I'm not even gonna let it go any further than this. I got. I want to pull up on you though and say hi when I get there on Saturday. You know I'm coming. Huh? You know you love that 7-Eleven at the top of the hill, Calabasas, we about to swing around. I say you 4 or 5 times. But you didn't appeal to me to say hello. Let's do this. Dear Khloe, I'm the one who gave my daughter the papers that your mother tried to swipe our grandchild out of everything she could ever own. I'm the one who did it. Let's tell that part. Yeah. Let's not forget again that time you brought the homeless man to your house, girl. You brought the homeless man to your house. Was that a movement? But it sounds like you said you don't do that. You put him on TV too. You are a homeless case. Came out your mother's ass. That's why your hair is brown. You wondered. Now you know. Fucking whore. Since you want to stir up the pot, I'll take a lie detector. Do a food drive.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, Chrishan Rock. Now, the last time that we spoke about Chrishan, we were talking about the ex-boyfriend who was stalking her, or allegedly stalking her at the mall, and claiming that Junior is his son and stuff like that. That video circulated, and this man is now coming out trying to say that, well, he was set up because somebody contacted him and said that, well, come and see your son, come come and meet Chrishan to see your son. But he's claiming that when he arrived at that place, they all acted like they didn't know that he was going to be there. I'm finding that hard to believe. I do know that Chrishan loves, loves drama and stuff like that. But this man's logic, it's not really making any sense. He's saying that, well, she wanted to get him in trouble so that no DNA would be done. And I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. You can still get a DNA done. But anyway, let me just insert what he had to say, and then I'll catch you after that.
Did you chase her with the camera and in the mall?
So I didn't chase her. What you don't know about Chrishan is that she is very manipulative. So the situation which you've seen, I'm not going to say by who, I was told to come to Subway to see my son. However, when I got to Subway, I was tricked into the whole, oh, he's stalking me, he's harassing me. So long story short, it wasn't my intention to put a camera in her and Junior's face. That was my way of protecting myself so that when she plays these police games, I have evidence to show you that I kept my hands to myself. I used my words. I didn't put hands on anybody. This is my way of showing you, along with the rest of the world, that even though it comes off how it comes off on the internet, that's my evidence protecting myself from whatever charges she's trying to put on me, because she's trying to put charges on me to evade a DNA test.
She is? How could you evade a DNA test?
Get me locked up so that since I'm the one requesting the paternity test, the court can ignore it. If I'm, well, I've never personally been through this situation, so I don't know. But I would assume if I'm locked up in jail, it would be easier for her to evade the paternity test because the court is ordering that it be done. So if I'm in jail, who's going to request the paternity? You don't have your rights when you're in jail.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now, the last thing that we're going to be talking about, DJ Akademiks is coming through, responding to Charlemagne the God. You guys know that Charlemagne the God is obviously an anti-Drake person from the beginning of time. It's not surprising. So of course he did give Drake Donkey of the Day, and he did make it seem like Drake is suing Kendrick when Drake is actually suing the record label, called him a loser, called him all sorts of things and stuff like that. You can tell that he's having the time of his life. But then again, I don't expect him to say anything else, because if Drake is going to be exposing the industry payolas, I strongly believe that Charlamagne is going to be one of those people who will be exposed, in my own opinion, because of the bias, the massive bias that he has as a radio host. I mean, I've never seen anybody who's shamelessly biased like Charlemagne the God. So in my own opinion, I feel like, well, he is the little gods of payola, in my own opinion. So yeah, he did also seemingly mock everybody who's supporting Drake. And we all know that the biggest Drake rider is none other than DJ Akademiks. So of course, people were expecting him to respond, and he so did. But in his response to Charlemagne, first of all, I would like to point out the different energy that Akademiks had. You know that each time a woman says anything about shading Drake or anything like that, Akademiks will come out G's blazing. Or each time a woman seemingly attacks him, there he is, talking all sorts of ways. Oh my God, I'm going to do this to you. But this time with the energy was different. Are you scared of Charlemagne? Are you turning on Drake? If Akademiks turns on Drake, I am going to have the time of my life, because do not get it twisted. In as much as I don't, shy away from calling out propaganda when I see it, industry propaganda when I see it, as it pertains to the Kendrick and Drake situation, I'm no fan of, Judas Degrassi like that. I'm not a fan of Judas Degrassi because of how he has slighted Nicki Minaj in the past. But I will basically watch and see how he reacts to people turning on him, because, I mean, he has done it. Even this year, he has done it. So yeah, let me just insert you guys what Charlemagne the God, what Akademiks had to say about that entire situation. And I don't think I'll be coming back after that insert. So that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. And you guys, I have got a quick question for you. I'm using a new microphone and I kind of feel like it's giving an echo. So let me know, you guys, which microphone do you prefer, this one or the one that I was using in the past? Because I do feel like, in as much as I thought that it was an upgrade, I'm hearing a little bit of echoing. Yeah, there are a little bit of echoes, you guys. So let me know what you think about the new sound. I think
if there was an allegation about Charlemagne that, remember, they own several hundred radio stations. Say they kept platforming someone that was saying these allegations about Charlemagne in Charlemagne's negotiation year. And they were pushing this person to another radio station, another radio station, another radio station. And now Charlemagne, if he was asking for X amount of dollars, they then say you're only worth X divided by 3. And then he was also trying to do some other stuff with some book stuff over here. And then they're saying, well, I ain't gonna lie, like it's looking kind of hot for you right now because that's happening. And then he's looking at this to say the major source of why this is going on is because of the company I work at and them wanting to try to devalue me. I'm pretty sure he would file legal notice too. I mean, Charlamagne has definitely sent legal notices to people who have lied on him about things. Right? Yo, cease and desist. Stop blaming me. So I'm a little bit hesitant in just blanketly saying filing a legal notice means you're being a hoe. I believe there was a time that Star, and I don't want to dig up, but like Star from Star and Buckwild said stuff about Charlemagne, and he got a cease and desist. Now, granted, you might think that's slightly different, but still, if there was an entity platforming either allegations or whatever that was destructive, like there was a time Charlemagne lost a couple of D's because of some of the shit being platformed. I'm pretty sure if he could have filed legal notices to either correct that or stop it, he probably would. So I don't know if I agree with just blankly saying somebody's a hoe.
Ho to be exact, okay? He's fighting the same war that Michael Jackson fought. Drake is taking a stand for the art and the artists. People who are running with that narrative would hold Drake's while he pees and shake it for him when he's finished. Okay, Drake has been handling this terribly since Not Like Us dropped. And please, let's keep this in mind. Drake, you're in this position because you tapped out. Okay, you chose to tap out after you heard Not Like Us. Kendrick dropped too much tune for your head top.
Tune for your head top is hilarious.
The bop.
Now, I'm trying to really, I'm walking a very tight rope here because I want my comments. I'm making a very concerted effort to try to be as fair as I can. Okay, that is also a point, right? I think why some people are coming to the conclusion Charlemagne is coming to, and what I'm calling a sleight of hand mostly, is because they're saying, and it goes back to what the person from UMG told me. They said, think about how arrogant you have to be in the middle of a contract negotiation than getting a rap beef. They're like, do you know what rap beefs are? People lie on you. Say, lying's always been a thing. This is a direct wording from, say, lying's always been a thing. Tupac said he f***ed Faith. What else lie? Jay lied about Nas a bunch. Nas lied about Jay a bunch. Lying is part of this. So to have a integrity-filled battle means you didn't understand what a rap battle is. A rap battle is filled with lies. It's filled with slander. So why would you do that during a negotiation? If you know it could go any way and there's really no rules. So that was a point that I thought about. I'm like, yeah, that's a good. But then I guess to wrap this up was they said, and then I kind of agree. They said let's just throw these numbers out as just to make this make sense. So Drake said he got 400 last time. This time he wanted 600, allegedly. Well, why would you get in a rap battle? Oh, you got in a rap battle because you wanted to roll the die. You wanted to gamble. But you know what happens when you gamble. You could win or you could lose. If he had won the rap battle, do you think he still would have asked for that 600 or would have said, give me 7 or 8? People think that you lost. What happens when you lose in a casino? You don't leave with the 600. You might only have, maybe luckily, 400 again, or maybe 300. And that did make a little sense because, if you think about it, if Drake did win, you get to ask yourself, does he file the lawsuit? What do you guys think? I don't know. Still damaging allegations. Still was a really popular song. Anyway, let's keep